All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining tonight. And I know that some other people might join us as well. And we'll also have this recording for anyone who wants to share afterwards. My name is Sharon Farrar, and I have been learning this information for the last 22 years. So I'm going to encapsulate it for you, what I've learned from a whole plethora of people, healthcare people, athletic trainers, all that good stuff. And I want to share with you what we have to offer through our community. And some of our community is on here. So I'm thankful you're on here. And if there's anything you guys want to say in the chat, you can. If I touch on a certain thing and you want to add in, you're welcome to add in. So Dana is also going to share her story a little later, and I'm glad she's on here. She's so excited to have learned this information. And so we are both going to be sharing with you a little bit tonight. Okay, so let me go to, oh goodness, I've got everything open. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Our mission with this company that we are with and with our community is to inspire healthy living. How do we do that? We make simple changes, like one at a time, maybe a couple at a time, but sometimes too many changes or too many habits are difficult. But really your habits are what determines your optimal health later in life. So I'm so thankful that I've learned what I'm going to share with you for the last 22 years and have been able to implement a lot of little changes that have really given us a great hold on our health, a lot of control where we don't have to depend on the medical system as much, okay? And I just want to share that this is my family. And so you can see I've been through a lot. I've had two boys at once, basically. They're called Irish twins, right? And then later in life at age 40, I had the girl. So I have learned a lot through feeding my family and also, like I said, working in this community. So first of all, I have to share with you some of the unhealthy statistics, just in case it's not affecting your family. And just so you know, 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease. That was the statistic in 2015. 1 in 2 women, 1 in 3 men will develop cancer. And you don't really think that's going to happen to you, of course, 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050. 1 in 5 children is obese. And Dr. David Katz says our children are more harmed by poor diet than by exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. So we're really going to talk about diet tonight. Let's look at some other things first. First of all, some things we really can't control too much. We try to control them and make better choices, but there are environmental toxins that are increasing, and you can read those at the bottom. Some, like I said, you can buy better products, you can have better filters, things like that. But we're still taking in a lot of different toxins, okay? And at the same time, our food quality is decreasing. A lot of what we eat is processed, and you could see some of the things that happen to our foods, whether it's preservatives, flavor enhancers, there's synthetic vitamins added, there's growth hormones, there's genetic modification, pesticides, herbicides, things like that. And also just our growing practices make broccoli a little less, and all the fruits and vegetables a little less nutrient dense than they used to be, unfortunately. So what can we do to be healthier? Like I said, those healthy habits are really important. One is to move your body. How many of you love exercising? I would love to hear what you guys do to move your body or exercise, or what you wish you were doing. And maybe like what you used to love when you were in high school or growing up, because it's always good to do what you love. I love to play racquetball, so I consider that my exercise, and I could do that for like 3 hours. You put me on the other side of the gym on a treadmill, I call it the dread mill, or lifting weights. I have a really hard time with that. So choose an exercise that you'll do so that your body continues to move. Sleep 7 to 8 hours. That's when your body gets refreshed. And if you don't get enough sleep, take a nap, a power nap, so that your body still has some time to refresh and allow certain growth hormones to come out and do repair to your body. Then managing stress, especially nowadays, taking those deep breaths. slow down for a second, and maybe doing yoga or taking a walk in nature or whatever you do that will make you have that joy in your life daily. It's really, really important because stress is a culprit. I know at least two people right now personally that have shingles, and then when I think of shingles, I think of stress induced, so be careful because your body can only take so much, right? And it starts to wear on you. And then drinking water, we're supposed to drink half our body weight in ounces. So say it's a 200-pound person, you're supposed to divide that in half. That's 100 ounces a day that that person should drink. All right. So half your body weight in ounces is at least a minimum. And then if you're drinking caffeine, drink more. If you're out in the hot sun, drink more. If you want to really hydrate your cells, drink more, right? So use safer products. There's lots of options out there now. Just try to choose a safer product for all the different things that we have. And then eating real food. Real food is found in the perimeter of the grocery store mostly. It's not down the aisles where all the packaged food is. And we're going to really drill down to fruits and vegetables. They really are the foundation of better health. So, when people talk about whole food products, they're mostly talking about what can you make out of plant products, or fruits and vegetables. And experts agree that most diseases are preventable with good nutrition. So, like when we all had Barnes and Noble, sometimes it's not even around anymore, unfortunately, but there's whole sections talking about reversing disease. And one of the things you could do, one of the biggest recommendations is eat more fruits and vegetables. So we're going to talk about that. How many do we need? Children need 7 servings every day. That's the minimum in our country, which isn't, the healthiest. That's the minimum. And then up to 13 for adults. 9-ish might be for women, 9 to 13, but 13 definitely for men who exercise. Okay. So there's like that range. So athletes need even more, and I'll explain why. It's really comes down to oxidative stress, which we'll talk about in a minute. Produce is picked before nutrition fully develops. That's one reason. At the very end of ripening is when you'll get the most nutrients. It's transported thousands of miles, and we're not eating enough. And we're not eating the variety. We're not eating the blues, the purples, the greens, the orange, all the different colors that there are from the rainbow. They all do different things. So I mentioned oxidative stress. And we all have oxidative stress every day. So we all have a certain amount. What we need are antioxidants to combat that oxidative stress. That comes from fruits and vegetables. If we don't have enough antioxidants, it's like standing in front of an X-ray machine. We would never say, okay, put me in front of an X-ray machine every day. But that's what oxidative stress is like. It's actually wreaking havoc on your good cells. We're all here tonight because we have more good cells than bad cells. We need to protect those good cells. And the way we do that is from antioxidants. So we all have oxidative stress just from breathing. And then as we pile on more things that maybe we do that aren't so healthy, we have more oxidative stress. And even exercise, you create more oxidative stress, even though it's good for you. Okay, so we have to have fruits and vegetables, and that's why the recommendation. So it protects the cells, just like you're protecting that apple when you squeeze the lemon or the lime on the apple and you say, stop that oxidative stress to the apple when you're packing a lunch or something. That's the same concept as what's happening in the body and how you slow down the aging process and the disease process, because your cells are mutating if they are undergoing oxidative stress. We don't want that. Okay. So the second thing you want to know about fruits and vegetables, because antioxidants come from fruits and vegetables. I'm not sure I mentioned that. So do vitamins and minerals. Okay. So sometimes people say, oh, I'm not eating right. I feel like I'm not, feeling the greatest. I'm going to take a multivitamin. Okay. So multivitamins used to maybe be the answer before something else came along that was better, which I'll tell you about. But basically a multivitamin is trying to replicate nature, but it's really hard to replicate nature. There's only 30 isolated vitamins or minerals approximately in your vitamin that you might take to bridge that gap. Okay, so you're trying to bridge the gap between what you are supposed to eat and what you do eat. And mainly we have a whole food deficiency. We don't necessarily have a vitamin deficiency. So what happens is people take the multivitamin. The multivitamin is like, if you go into the apple and you say, oh, there's vitamin C, let's, replicate that in a laboratory and create that into a vitamin. And then in America, of course, we want to mega dose everything. So we mega dose it beyond what it usually is even. And it's missing the 9,999 other good things that are in the apple. Okay. So here's one page of 25 on the right of what's in an apple. There's about 10,000 nutrients in the apple, or phytochemicals. They're called plant chemicals, phytonutrients. So when you take a vitamin that only has 30 compared to 10,000, you're really just scratching the surface. So taking a multivitamin is really not bridging that gap. Okay. And then like, if you want calcium, it's better to have like the green leafy vegetables, because it also has boron, phosphorus, vitamin K, all these things that help it stay in the bone. So all these little tiny elements that are in nature, they work synergistically together. And then research has shown that vitamins can do more harm than good. You can look that up if you want to, the Annals of Internal Medicine. So that's why in 2003, Time Magazine says the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you. It's that they're so good for you, they could save your life. If you've ever known someone who's been diagnosed with a disease, and then all of a sudden they learn how many fruits and vegetables they're supposed to have, they're like, oh my gosh, I need to start juicing, right? Juicing's difficult, it's hard to keep up with, but fruits and vegetables are the answer to helping prevent disease and reversing disease, and just not making your disease go further in progression, right? So here are some articles just to pinpoint that for you and to really help you remember that even the American Cancer Society poster in the top right, that's what I learned about 32, no, not 32 years ago, 22 years ago when I was 32. I guess I just gave my age away. Sorry about that. Okay. So anyway, the American Cancer Society poster is all fruits and vegetables. That's how you prevent disease. And so also any other diseases, eat more fruits and vegetables. That's what you're going to find as the #1 recommendation. Here is my before and after picture. Basically, I was a terrible eater. And this is age 32 at the top with my first baby, where I really didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any tools. And what I'm going to share with you tonight are just tools for better health, making simple changes, better habits. So over time, I was able to implement those. And hopefully you could tell by the age of 40, I was a lot healthier when I had my third baby than when I had my first, And so I've learned a lot. And like I said, my whole family has benefited when my friend told me about Juice Plus. And so Juice Plus is fruits, vegetables, and berries in capsule form or chewable form for adults who don't like to swallow pills, or children who can't. And basically in the fruit blend, there's acerola, cherry, apple, beet, peach, pineapple, lemon peel, cranberry, date, orange, mango, prune. And the vegetable, it's beet, broccoli, rice bran, cabbage, lemon peel, parsley, carrot, garlic, kale, spinach, tomato. In the berry blend, there's artichoke, bilberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, cranberry, elderberry, blueberry, cocoa, Concord grape, pomegranate, and raspberry. So imagine if you had the nutrients of those every single day. They seriously do a lot of good work in the body. I used to be super run down, terrible immune system, terrible allergies. I would have to stop off the side of the road just on a 3-hour drive to my mom's house to sleep. I would get tired, just all kinds of things. Body, your skin shows when you have bad nutrition. Also, my skin got so much better. I didn't have bumps on the backs of my arms, tops of my legs, things like that, where just overall better health, better energy and vitality. And so there's no way I would ever do without that. That's the micronutrients, the fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And then the second simple change that I made is called the complete shakes. And these are vegan. They're made with non-GMO ingredients. It's gluten and dairy free. It's a way to get plant proteins in your body and fiber. And it can be like a meal replacement. You add stuff to it. It's a low glycemic index, keeps your blood sugar stable. It has very good ingredients for you. It really mirrors the healthier countries who don't have as many disease processes as we do. Okay, and you can read the different ingredients. This is something I've used for the morning and also sometimes the afternoon. I used it tonight even. I just reblend the shake from earlier in the day and add some more ingredients. I like to have like a chocolate peanut butter or add pecans or coconut oil, all kinds of different things that just make it taste yummy. And it is yummy by itself. And some people wanted less fiber, less, even though it's natural sugars, less that was in the complete shake, less carbs. Some people are really into keto or less carbs, but also they wanted more protein. Here's another plant-based shake that was just invented by our company. Over the last few years, they've been working on it, a fruit fusion one. The other one is vanilla and chocolate. And so we've been incorporating this also in the last month or so as a way to just add even more additional plants to our diet. If you watch any of the latest food documentaries, you'll know that adding more plants to your diet, you can really not go wrong on that. So the difference between this, mostly I think athletes should be really, really interested in this. The protein shakes out there, the high protein shakes, are predominantly from animal protein, like whey or casein. It's usually less than 25 grams of protein, and it's mainly just protein. It's not about nutrients. Both of our shakes are about nutrients. The Perform has less sugar, like I mentioned, less carbs. Both of our shakes are no dairy, no gluten, things like that. Really great. So that was my second, quote, simple change. Over time, our company found that people also really loved the idea of an omega, but they couldn't get one that was not from fish. And so they created one that was plant-based. And this is the reasoning, because the fish get healthy because they're eating the algae. Okay, so they went straight to the source, the algae, and created a vegan plant-based omega. And they also cold pressed it so it's not heated. A lot of your omega capsules are heated, which you're losing some of the benefit at that point. And also this is a full spectrum omega. It's really, really good for you. So these are just tools that we use to bridge the gap between, not that you're eating like that every day on the left or anything, but probably we're not all eating like that on the right either. So somewhere we're falling, right? But Juice Plus has all these tools to help you and your family to have those really good habits or foundations every day. So the fruits, vegetables, berries, capsules, that's like my number one recommendation. The shake, I would say, is the second, because you can use it all day long, for meals, things like that. You can also make protein bites. You can make all kinds of things. We make waffles out of it. It's gluten-free. It's great. And then the omega, everybody sees the benefit of having a really healthy fat, because we do need fat in our diet, just not the unhealthy fat. Okay, so good nutrition equals good results. So really, we're all about just adding in good nutrition. We're not telling you to starve or stay away from certain things. We try to crowd out the bad things, and we also train your body to want better foods. And so I can't wait for you to hear from Dana. I love hearing from Dana. There's nothing better than somebody who is on a health journey. They've found great results, and it's from making simple changes. So Dana, take it away. I'm so excited for you to share your story.
All right. Hi, everyone. This is great to be here with you all. So my journey with Juice Plus began when I have a 6-year-old daughter, and she was 4 years old at the time, and our pediatrician recommended Juice Plus for her. So I had 2 samples, I took them home, and at the time she wasn't really eating. She was eating puree. She wasn't eating, like, chewing food. So I was really, really concerned about her just surviving. So I took it home. I tried it and I thought it was amazing. And I shared it with her and she loved it. So I was thrilled. So I kept drinking the shakes, the Complete Plus protein. I shared it with, I used it during my pregnancies. I used it during breastfeeding. I have a 4-year-old and I have a 2-year-old. And so in the past couple years, I had just been really overworked, raising 3 kids, working full time. And I went to the doctors and I had a not so good reading at the doctors. And I thought, I need to really just take it up a notch and add more Juice Plus products to my diet so that I can get even more nutrients. So I had reached out to Sharon and I said, Sharon, what else should I take? So I started taking the Omega, and then I started taking the capsules, the mixed berry, the fruits and vegetables, and I started putting the capsules in my shake. And so then I started having the shake twice a day and just really it just seemed like when I started taking the Juice Plus products, it made me want to eat more fruits and vegetables and stay away from any processed foods. And so I just noticed that my health became a lot more vibrant, and people started to notice that there was something different about me. And I also noticed that I was clearer at work. I was able to complete tasks easier. So I'm just thrilled that I found Juice Plus, and now I'm able to share with my family and my friends and coworkers. So it's just been a really great experience, and it just seems like things keep getting better as I get more and more into Juice Plus. So I'm just really thankful that I found it. And another great thing is my kids are really thriving from it. My daughter has a rare genetic disorder, and she's able to really surpass what some doctors had said. And even my 2-year-old has a micro duplication of a chromosome, and he's also doing really, really well and thriving. And my 4-year-old is doing great with Juice Plus. So I'm just really thankful that we could just keep on going.
That's awesome. Thank you, Dana, for sharing. And you could just see the difference in her health too. Very cool. Okay, so there are thousands, maybe 10,000 other things out there that you could say, well, what about this at this place, or, at this store or online, what makes Juice Plus different? What makes it stand out? And it comes down to these 3 things that are here. If you look at our label, it's a food label. So a lot of times it might say supplement facts instead of nutrient fact or nutrition facts. Nutrition facts is a food label. So Juice Plus has made sure that we are categorized as a food with the FDA approval of their label and all that stuff for food, because it really is bridging that food gap, which is really what we need. Okay. And then it's vegan, it's kosher, it's dairy and gluten-free, but it is a food, not a multivitamin. Number 2, it's NSF certified. Now, when you are taking something, say you did pull something off the shelf, you don't really know if it's safe or it's effective. So number 2 and 3 are all about that. Number 2 is really about safety, but also about whether what's on the label is in the product, nothing more, nothing less, right? So what's on the label is exactly what's in it. There's no banned substances. There's no herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals, mold, bacteria, things like that are dangerous, but also what the company says is in it. And that's from a third party, not-for-profit agency. There's also NSF for sports certified capsules for professional athletes like Olympians or Major League Baseball or football. So it's pretty neat. And then it is the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world. That's what really gets me excited, and what got me excited 22 years ago. And I'll explain about the research in a second. The population study that we're doing is showing the same effects as what's happened in my family. Fewer missed days of school, fewer over-the-counter and prescription medications, drinking more water, visiting the doctor less, consuming less fast food, soft drinks, and eating more fruits and vegetables. That's what our population study of millions of children who are getting Juice Plus for free is finding. Okay, so age 4 through 18 or full-time college students can get Juice Plus for free when an adult role models for them and enrolls in Juice Plus themselves. Okay, and they just ask for you to do certain surveys. we also have gold standard research, double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover studies, which most doctors are looking for. If they're going to take the time to look at something that's maybe they're going to recommend to their patients, they've already looked at the research, because typically, they have their own thing, but if they are open-minded and forward-thinking doctors thinking about wellness also, they're taking a look at Juice Plus. And it's because there's actual peer-reviewed medical journals at major universities and medical centers like MD Anderson Cancer Center, Nemours Children's Hospital, University of Florida. You can look at all the different names. Over 20 different major medical centers and universities have done studies using Juice Plus. Some products out there might say they have research, but it's typically not product specific research on their own product. They might say, oh yeah, we have research, and it's like from a beet, and then they borrow the research and say, therefore this beet product works or something. So just be careful. And you could do your own investigation. Like when I was 40 and I was pregnant, I knew I was going to take Juice Plus, but I thought, okay, I'll just call, since I just got this script for prenatal vitamins. And I called them like, okay, do you guys have any research on this? No. Typically there's nothing proving that a product works. So you really want to find out, are there peer-reviewed medical journals behind this product? And with Juice Plus, there is. So you can see some of the pictures of the journals on here. You can see the Journal of Pediatrics, Gynecology, Oncology, Periodontology, all these different British Journal of Nutrition. And when I first started with Juice Plus, there were only 3 studies. There's now 41. So it's pretty amazing. They just keep piling up the studies, and basically Juice Plus works. Okay, so it gets in your bloodstream, the antioxidant levels go up, the oxidative stress goes down, which I told you is a culprit for pretty much all the disease processes. You can look it up on the internet, whatever disease you're concerned about, put that name in, plus oxidative stress, you'll see that it's correlated. So you want that oxidative stress to go down, and that happens within 28 days. That's really, really important. And then from there, you don't have as much DNA strand breakage, which is your replicating building blocks for every next cell. There's actually less DNA strand breakage. Pretty amazing. There's a study for that. I think there's a couple of studies, 3 studies for that. And then supporting the immune system, within 80 days, your T cells go up, your natural killer cells go up, and your immune system goes into homeostasis. And then the doctors love that there's less systemic inflammation in the whole body. That's another correlating culprit for disease. So you can read all the other ones, like better heart health, better skin health, better gums, all those things. Dr. Richard Du Bois says there's nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that's been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. And that is the truth. I've seen a lot over the years. Here's another thing to get excited about besides Juice Plus, the products, the Complete Shake, the Perform Shake, the Omega. The other thing we have that gets people really excited are the Tower Gardens. We talk about in our presentations eating more fruits and vegetables. We don't just pop capsules and drink shakes. We also eat healthier, make better choices. Taking Juice Plus actually makes you crave more fruits and vegetables as well. So it's only natural, a progression, that you might want to grow your own, because then you have more control over what you're getting, and it actually tastes better too. Okay, so these are just a couple of examples of our Tower Gardens where you can grow 20 plants hydroponically and aeroponically. You plug it in, it waters itself, which otherwise they would be dead right there, because I cannot remember to water things. But it's awesome to go outside and have your very own farmer's market on your porch, or now the company has created one for indoors specifically called the home version. Either way, it's less water than soil. There is no dirt. It takes up less space. You're not using a whole plot of land. There's more yield. It grows 3 times faster, and it's safe and nutritious. And they did do a study on that compared to dirt soil growing at a major university that really is good at that. And they found that the Tower Garden is absolutely comparable. Okay, so that's it about the Tower Garden. Juice Plus is affordable. You know, the company wants to make it affordable for you. They ship out Tower Gardens to everyone, and they only charge you $51 a month till it's paid off, which is 12 payments. The Trio blend is $75 a month, which is $2.50 a day. If you took $2.50 a day into the grocery store, tell me what fruits and vegetables you might get. I know there are some, but not very many, and definitely not as nutritionally dense and dark and dense fruits and vegetables. And then you can get it free for your kids if you do have some children. That's awesome. One per adult. And then $2.33 per serving for the complete shake. And like I said, that is really one of the healthiest meals you can have in a day. And then the omega is like $1 a day. Okay. So Juice Plus is affordable. The company likes to make it super affordable for you, and get with the person who invited you to find out more about that. We also have resources that are free for everyone. You know, we love our community. We love everything we're teaching because people absolutely love it as well. They thrive off of it. We have these cookbooks that are actually from the people, the thousands of people that are making these changes and doing better with their health. They have found hacks, you know, all along the way of maybe I should use this instead of this, and they create recipes. So we have these recipe books, and we can give you that information. We have online accountability groups on Facebook, and we have webinars and ebooks, all kinds of things. And then just so you know, our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. The company's been around for over 50 years, and we enjoy what we do. So any questions you have, we'd love to entertain them for you. And I just want to say thank you for joining us tonight. And if you have any questions, get back to the person who invited you. We hope that you'll make some kind of step in the right direction, whether it's eating more fruits and vegetables, including Juice Plus in your diet, including Juice Plus in the complete shake or the omega or the Tower Garden, any of that stuff. Or if you want to share this with other people, we'll have the recording. Any of those things, just get back with us. We just love what we do, and we would love to help you on your next steps.